Disclaimer. We are interested in everything and experts in nothing. We enjoy learning, but get it wrong sometimes. We mean no disrespect, and if we mess up, kindly correct us. Let's take this ride together, unless your intention is to cause harm or distress, in which case, with utmost haste, fuck right off.
Episode 31.
31.
Yep, that makes it my turn.
Okay.
We're taking another ride.
Okay, here we go.
Here we go. So, the Bible Code. This is a book written by a journalist, Michael Drosnin, in 1997.
Okay.
The very first page of the book boldly declares, "For 3,000 years, a code in the Bible has remained hidden. Now it has been unlocked by a computer, and it may reveal our future."
Oh, no.
So, events that happened thousands of years after the Bible was written, such as World War II, the moon landing, Watergate, both Kennedy assassinations, the election of Bill Clinton, the Oklahoma City bombing, were all foretold in the code. And that's end quote. Sorry.
Why would the Bible care about Watergate?
Okay. Yes. Right away, I have questions. Right away.
I have a lot of questions. Some of those things were truly awful. And yes, I could see being foretold. But Watergate? Really?
Okay. Yes. So first of all, why not World War I? Why only World War II?
Why not? Okay, we just went straight to World War II. Why not World War I?
Right. And also, why are the rest of those events like U.S. history?
Yeah, like other things happened.
Right?
Like, but okay.
Whatever. Continuing. So, the first page concludes with, "The Bible Code is the first full account of a scientific discovery that may change the world, told by a skeptical secular reporter who became part of the story. It forces us to accept what the Bible itself can only ask us to believe, that we are not alone." End quote. Dun, dun, dun.
I have questions, but continue.
Oh, you're going to keep having questions.
There are going to be so many questions.
So many questions. So, the book starts rather dramatically with a tale of prophecy and death.
Okay, I'm sorry. There's no way this book could not start dramatically. It's not like this book was going to say, "It was a lovely day in June. The weather was calm. I had a lovely glass of lemonade."
Yeah. So, Drosnin states that he flew to Israel in September of 1994 to try and thwart an assassination of the Israeli Prime Minister.
Okay, I'm sorry. Full stop. What?
Yeah.
This guy is a journalist. Why the hell is he in charge of thwarting an assassination attempt of a figurehead of state?
Well, because he found the prediction in the Bible Code and he had to try to stop it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue.
Okay, so the Israeli Prime Minister, I'm going to butcher this name, but I swear I'm trying.
We're trying. Sorry for anyone from Israel.
I'm thinking it's Yitzhak Rabin?
Maybe.
It's Yitzhak. That's my best guess.
Okay, sorry for anyone who speaks Hebrew. Moving on.
I don't, yeah. So Drosnin claims that Rabin's name appeared only once in the code, and it was accompanied by the message, "Assassin that will assassinate." I mean, now, first of all, that's a bit clunky.
Assassin that will assassinate?
Oh, yeah, quotes on that. So,
like baker that will baconate?
So, like, if you're writing in a secret code, wouldn't it make more sense to be concise? Just a thought. Like, why would assassin that will assassinate? That's just awkward.
Like that. Mm-mm. Oh, okay. All right. We're moving on because.
Yeah.
All right.
So on November 4th, 1995, Rabin was indeed assassinated per Britannica.com.
Well, that guy fucking failed.
Right?
Where were you at, journalist man?
Well, he warned him and he wasn't taken seriously because why would he be? Anyway.
All right. Well.
Yeah. So anyway, Drosnin claims that this is irrefutable proof of the validity of the code. So what is it exactly?
Okay.
What is this code, right?
Bad grammar.
Also, like 90% of my content for this episode literally comes out of the Bible code. That book that he wrote.
Okay.
But I had to pull from other sources, obviously. But unless I specify another source, just it came from him. Okay. So
slightly biased in delivery. Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
Moving on.
Yeah. So per Drosnin, the code was allegedly discovered by a mathematician, Dr. Elihu Rips. Look, Eli, E-L-I, Y-A-H-U, Rips.
Okay. Sure, we're going with it.
Yeah. I need to share my screen with you. We're on Zoom, by the way. I need to share my screen with you because you have to see this doctor. This professor.
Does he have fabulous hair?
He's got a fabulous beard.
Okay.
Here we go. Do you see it?
Oh my God.
Isn't that a great beard? Is
fabulous.
Yeah. With his nice little math illustration behind him, which honestly is more than my brain wants to comprehend.
I'm sorry. Why was he doing math in the Bible? For funsies?
I hope we get there because I've had this episode prepped for a while and I honestly don't remember.
All right, moving on.
No, don't do that. Sorry, I hit the wrong button. Okay, moving on. So I did find a peer-reviewed paper written in 1994. So an actual scholarly peer-reviewed paper titled Equidistant Letter Sequences in the Book of Genesis.
Okay.
And it was written by, I'm sorry in advance, all these names.
Right.
Doran Whitstim.
Okay.
Eliyahu Rips.
Mm-hmm.
And Yoav Rosenberg.
Okay.
The very first sentence of that paper reads, "The phenomenon discussed in this paper was first discovered several decades ago by Rabbi Weissmandl."
Okay.
So, I don't know, maybe Rabbi Weissmandl discovered it?
Okay.
Even though Drosnin said it was Rips that discovered it, I'm not really sure.
Okay.
I'm going with peer-reviewed is more credible. And Rips says that Weissmandl figured it out. So that's what I'm going with.
We're going with it.
Yeah. As part of the peer-reviewed paper, they applied the same code to War and Peace, among others, and they did not find the same phenomena. Rips and his colleagues assert that this only works with the Bible. So admittedly, the paper is very dry, so I didn't read it all the way through. But here's the take home. Basically, they said if you write out the text in rows of equal length and then apply skip code or equidistant letter sequences, that words will emerge with significant messages.
Okay.
Drosnin claims that the odds of finding the encoded information by random chance were ultimately found to be 1 in 10 million.
Okay.
Yeah. So, okay, this is not a perfect analogy, but just it helped me. So I'm going to share it with you.
Okay.
Do you remember the Rickroll essay?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. So if you haven't heard of it, basically a student formatted their essay so that the first word of each line, if you read them down the page, combined to form the lyrics to Never Gonna Give You Up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have that. We're going to put that on the website too. I found that.
Yeah. Well, of course.
Yeah. So it's like that, but not words, it's letters. Also, it isn't necessarily the first word of each line, but it's like every 25th letter.
Okay.
And like that's the premise. So they take the original Hebrew letters of the Torah, actually, right? And they lay them out all in a row. And then they go every 25th letter. Like I'm going to pull this letter, and then this letter, and then this letter, and then this letter, and then, oh, look, that's a word, basically. So
they had so much time on their hands.
Right? Who thought to do this? Well, Weissmandl, apparently.
Apparently.
Weissmandl noticed that if he skipped every 50 letters in the book of Genesis, again, the original Hebrew, that it spelled out Torah. Apparently, this was also true in the books of Exodus, Deuteronomy, and Numbers. So all 4 of those books, if you did that, it would spell out Torah.
Apparently.
Apparently. So, before Weissmandl, Isaac Newton scoured the Bible looking for secrets and codes as well.
Because these people didn't have anything better to do.
Isaac Newton had a lot of things to do. Let's be real. I'm with you.
Okay.
We're on the same page here. So anyway, the idea isn't new, but now what they've done is they created a computer program that will just run this automatically. That's what the Bible code is.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, so Drosnin states in his book that he talked to Professor Rips, as well as other professors at Harvard, Yale, Hebrew University, and a member of the Department of Defense, who have all confirmed the validity of the code.
Okay.
I hear that.
Okay.
Harold Gans, a top-level code breaker for the National Security Agency, allegedly also confirmed the code was valid in an attempt to disprove the claims. So he was like, this is bullshit. This can't be real. And he tried to prove it wrong and decided, well, shit, it is real. Supposedly.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, the way the code works is it looks at the original Hebrew text as one continuous string of letters and then basically just brute forces through the entire thing. So it starts by skipping just one letter, then it'll skip 2 letters, then 3 letters, etc. And then when it's all done with that, instead of starting at the first letter, it starts at the second letter and does it all over again.
Okay.
Yeah. Fun fact, there are apparently 304,805 letters in the original Hebrew text.
Okay.
Yeah. So the researchers will input a keyword into the program, and then that code will just set off to see if it can find that keyword at any point using any skip interval.
Okay.
I know this is hard. I'm sorry.
No, I'm following. Just keep going.
I'm going. I apologize right now because at this point in my notes, I said that this part gets a little confusing, but I'll do my best. Okay. It's all been confusing, but well, see, for me, I'm very visual. So if I was only hearing this, I would be fucked. So
we're going. It's fine.
Okay. So here we go. Ready? Let's say we decide that we're going to look for Bono. So they put Bono into the program and it starts its searching, right? So let's say it finds Bono using a 20-letter skip. Like every 20th letter, it pulls out Bono.
Okay.
Right? So what it'll do is that it'll take all of those letters and arrange them into text in rows of 20 letters. That way the letters line up, Bono, one on top of each other, right?
Okay.
Then, once it's in that little grid, right? Then it will see if